The man told her who he was, and she said, "I'll take you anyway." Lord. These are 15 facts you probably didn't know about the Naziah Harris case, and it is updated as of today. Number one, Naziah Harris was born on September 16, 2010, and she disappeared on January 9th, 2024, at the age of 13. Now, she was last seen exiting her school bus at Cornwell Street and 3 Mile Drive in Detroit. Okay, so the story is definitely based out of Detroit. Her grandmother reported her missing the morning of January 10th, 2024. Why? Why are we waiting that long to say this baby is missing? That sent me to another place of hell when I heard that, but I digress. Number 4, Jarvis is a family acquaintance because he was dating Shannon Watts, who I said earlier. He told her straight up who he was. She was 19 when they got together, but she got with him anyway. But he was a family acquaintance and was the prime suspect with a history of S-ing other minors. So this was not the first time that he had done this. Number 5, Butts faced charges for assaults on 2 other babies. One it happened between the ages of 8 and 10 in 2012 and 2014. And another was age 4 to 6 between 2015 and 2017. Understand when I say you got to watch who you have around your kids, you got to watch who you have around these babies. I mean, really. Naziah was allegedly pregnant with Butt's child. That was the part that really made this send us up a roof. And he had searched for AB methods using red antifreeze. So he was trying to actively do it himself without taking her in to get help. Okay. Number 7, Butts met Naziah on the day she disappeared from school. So he met her on the day she disappeared, and they traveled to Ypsilanti, and they checked into a Detroit motel. Number 8, her clothing was found near Rauge River and showed signs of struggles. So they found her clothing near this area, and it showed signs of struggle. Okay. Number 9, Naziah's school ID was found on March 7th, 2024, near 7 Mile and Evergreen. So they found her ID. And a point on this, there had been a woman that had walked past this ID several times and never picked it up. And at one point she decided, you know what, let me pick it up. And it happened to be a piece in the case because it was another indicator that something had to have gone wrong, because why is her school ID out here? Okay. Number 10, a judge criticized, and y'all, she went in on the family as well she should have. But she criticized the family and the community for failing to protect her, noting the negligence from family and school officials. There were so many people that could have gotten involved. First, the grandmother should have said something. The father was in the child's life sparingly, but he was facing illness. He was sick and had some things going on with him. So he wasn't always present. The mother was not there at all. She had some things going on with her personal life. They believe she may have had some addictions and things like that. But the grandmother definitely should have said something and got involved, and she didn't. So the judge went in to the point where the judge is thinking and considering about putting charges on people, because she understands that this was a grave misjustice of character for having this baby be out and not reporting her missing until the next morning, and just having him around, period. I mean, there are so many women that just will do anything for a man. I mean, he all right if that's what you into, but not enough to place my child at risk. Number 11, Butts co-owned an auto shop where Neziah was often seen. This baby often showed up at his auto shop. Again, what are we doing? Why is she there? There's no reason. They were said that she was like, he was like an uncle to her, but you're not, because you're also SAing and have been on record of doing so, which is why the judge was so mad. Okay. Let me go. Number 12. Testimonies indicate that Butts borrowed a car on the disappearance day, and they later found Neziah's glasses, which are the glasses she's wearing right now, in the car. So this picture was actually the picture that she took the day that she went missing, which is why you see it everywhere. She took this picture on her own. Number 13, despite nobody being found, Butts was charged with first-degree murder and other crimes. Okay, so he's charged with it. This first went to a preliminary hearing, which is when we met Judge Aaliyah Sabre. But she definitely says, even without a body, I'm putting charges on you. And I might put charges on all y'all ninjas because y'all should have done something. Number 14, the judge labeled Butts a monster and referenced psychological manipulation. If you read the text messages that were in place, they're too graphic, but you could see that he at one point said, could you send me a picture of you wearing nothing? And this particular time, she didn't want to do that. And then she kept reaching out to him, and the message was like, pretty much, are you there? And you could tell he had an attitude. And her whole thing throughout these series of text messages was trying to please him, not wanting him to be mad. Even with the text messages going up to a little bit later, when she finally let him know through the text messages that she was pregnant, she was more concerned about him and not wanting to lose him than he was about her. Madness. Okay. Number 15, the case highlights systemic failures in protecting vulnerable children from predators. There were so many things, again, that could have happened to protect this baby, but they didn't go down. I'm going to give a few more things. I already mentioned that they recovered her clothing, a pink jumpsuit. Now, this is just so you can get how if they found it in the grass, but it's a pink jumpsuit, black jacket, and red and black shoes were found near 7 Mile and Berg by a U.S. Border Patrol officer. The clothing showed signs of prolonged exposure and described as fresh and suggested a struggle. So she may have been trying to fight the circumstances that went down. 2, delayed ID discovery. Neziah's school ID laid face down on a sidewalk, like I mentioned before, near 7 Mile and Evergreen for 2.5 weeks before a resident recognized it from the news report and preserved it on a gas station lid and alerted police. And she had walked past this thing for a while, didn't think it was nothing. And this is the actual ID. Number 3, family absence criticized. Again, that Sabre highlighted that there were so many people that should have done something that didn't. And she feels and is considering bringing charges. And it will set a precedent because I think that it should. Y'all looking for a man, and a man is foul, and y'all having him around your little girls and boys. Yes, you should face some kind of charges. I mean, look at her. I mean, this is a bad graphic, but come on now. Number 4, pregnancy oversight. The judge questioned how female relatives who birthed children themselves did not know that this baby was pregnant. How can y'all not know this? Y'all have kids. It ain't like nobody in here without kids.